Today, we're diving deep into the mind-blowing ending of Severance Season 2. If you thought Season 1 left us on a cliffhanger, then Season 2's finale just flipped the entire story upside down. We're talking about Mark's impossible choice, the fate of Gemma, Helly's unexpected evolution, and what all of this means for the future of Lumon and the employees trapped in its grip. Let's get into it. Severance Season 2's final episode takes us on a nerve-wracking ride. Mark's innie is at a crossroads. He's just finished refining the Cold Harbor file, a task that holds more weight than he ever realized. But the moment he reaches this milestone, everything changes. Suddenly, he is confronted with an impossible dilemma: free Gemma and abandon Lumon forever, or stay behind and fight to preserve his own existence. The weight of this decision isn't just about physical escape. It's about identity, love, and the very essence of who he is. Every moment leading up to this choice has shaped him, and now he must determine what kind of person he truly wants to be. Now, this isn't just about freedom. Mark's innie has forged his own identity, distinct from his outie. He's built relationships, fallen in love with Helly, and, most importantly, realized that his existence isn't merely a byproduct of someone else's life. So, when Helly urges him to leave, it's not out of indifference, but because she sees a deeper truth. True freedom isn't just about escaping, it's about deciding who you truly are. Mark ultimately makes the heartbreaking decision to stay. He leads Gemma Miss Casey out of Lumon, watching as she finally escapes into the real world. But instead of following her, he turns back. Why? Because he refuses to let his identity be erased. He refuses to become just an afterthought in his outie's life. And most shockingly, he chooses Helly over Gemma. This choice is a crushing blow for Gemma, who spent the entire season clinging to the hope that she and Mark could find their way back to each other. But now, standing on the outside, she's forced to confront a painful truth: the man she loved, the man she risked everything for, has chosen another path, leaving her stranded in a reality she no longer recognizes. Now, let's talk about what Lumon was really up to. The Cold Harbor test wasn't just another experiment, it was the culmination of their most ambitious project yet. The goal? Not just to erase pain, but to completely reprogram identity, proving that a person's memories and sense of self could be rewritten from the ground up. And at the heart of it all, Gemma. She wasn't just another severed employee, she was the blueprint. Every number Mark refined, every file he meticulously altered, was not just data but the building blocks of her consciousness. He was unknowingly shaping the architecture of her mind, constructing and deconstructing her very essence, all while believing he was performing a routine corporate task. Each iteration brought her closer to Lumon's ultimate goal, the complete and total reprogramming of identity itself. And when the test finally succeeded, Lumon's response was as ruthless as it was predictable. They planned to eliminate her. That's right. The moment she fulfilled her purpose, she became an expendable liability, a loose thread that needed to be cut. Had Mark not intervened, Gemma would have vanished without a trace, another casualty of Lumon's relentless pursuit of control. The innie's revolution. What happens next? Mark's choice ignites a domino effect. He and Helly plunge into Lumon's labyrinthine corridors, evading capture as long as they can. But let's be real. Their freedom is temporary. The company will track them down. The real question is what happens when they do. Will they be forcibly reintegrated, or has Mark's defiance sparked something even bigger, a rebellion among the severed? Meanwhile, Gemma now has to navigate the outside world alone, grappling with the reality of her fragmented identity and the memories Lumon has stolen from her. The only person who can help her is Devon, who has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to expose Lumon's darkest secrets. If Gemma reaches her, she might finally uncover the truth about her past, her severance, and what Lumon had planned for her all along. And then there's Dylan. His story takes a surprising turn when his outie refuses to let him quit. The letter he receives is unexpected. His outie, who once treated him like a tool, now admits that he needs him, that he looks up to him. For the first time, Dylan's innie feels something he never thought possible: respect. But with that respect comes a newfound sense of purpose. No longer just a cog in Lumon's machine, Dylan starts to see himself as something more, a force capable of shaping his own destiny. The deeper we dig into Lumon, the more disturbing its true purpose appears. This is no ordinary corporation, it's a machine designed to reshape reality itself. From the unsettling rituals involving goat sacrifices to the shadowy experiments of the testing floor, every revelation hints at a vision far beyond simple corporate ambition. Lumon operates less like a company and more like a fanatical order, devoted to cure and determined to mold its employees into instruments of a greater yet terrifying purpose. And speaking of cure, let's talk about James Egan. Throughout the season, we see his growing frustration with Helly and his failures. But when he looks at Helly, he sees something different. He sees strength. He sees defiance. And perhaps most importantly, he sees potential. That raises a terrifying possibility. What if, instead of punishing her rebellion, he seeks to harness it? What if he grooms her as the next head of Lumon, twisting her into the very thing she's been fighting against? The question is, will Helly resist, or will she find herself consumed by the very machine she swore to destroy? Season 3 tease. Where does this leave us? As the final credits roll, we're left with more questions than answers. The biggest one? The color change. Every season until now, Severance has ended with black credits, but this time they're red. And if you know anything about the symbolism in this show, you know that's not just a coincidence. Throughout the series, blue has symbolized control, stability, and the meticulously manufactured reality that Lumon has imposed. In stark contrast, red embodies rebellion, agency, and the moment of awakening. When Mark's innie seizes control, it's more than just a shift in power, it's a declaration of independence, a rupture in the carefully maintained illusion. This color transition signals that everything we assumed about the balance of control is about to be upended. In Season 3, we're heading into an all-out war. The innies have moved beyond just fighting for freedom, they're now battling for dominance. The outies, once in control, find themselves trapped in a reality they can no longer escape. With Lumon tightening its grip and blurring the lines between self and system, the war for identity is about to reach its most dangerous phase yet. Throughout the series, blue has symbolized control, stability, and the meticulously manufactured reality that Lumon has imposed. In stark contrast, red embodies rebellion, agency, and the moment of awakening. When Mark's innie seizes control, it's more than just a shift in power, it's a declaration of independence, a rupture in the carefully maintained illusion. This color transition signals that everything we assumed about the balance of control is about to be upended. In Season 3, we're heading into an all-out war. The innies have moved beyond just fighting for freedom, they're now battling for dominance. The outies, once in control, find themselves trapped in a reality they can no longer escape. With Lumon tightening its grip and blurring the lines between self and system, the war for identity is about to reach its most dangerous phase yet. So, what do you think? Did Mark make the right choice? Is Helly doomed to become Lumon's next leader? And what's next for Gemma? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and never stop searching for the truth. See you in the next one.